What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a nice, cool winter evening here in Findlay, Ohio, and Anderson and I are hanging out in the beer shed, getting ready to check out some new beers. Now, the beer that we have today is one called Yinzbetto No. 5, and this is from Evergreen Brewing out of Camp Hill, PA. Now, this will be the third beer I think we've done from Evergreen. We did Ripple the other day, and we also did...
Did you do a video on mistletoe, or did you just drink it?
I'm pretty sure I did a video on mistletoe a while back. I have to go and check, but I'm pretty sure I did a mistletoe video as well. So far, they're 2 for 2. So this you picked up, Camp Hill's near Pittsburgh, right? You picked this up when you were out in Pittsburgh?
I have no idea where Camp Hill is. However, I picked this up at the Beer Bets and Butts in Irwin, PA, out by Pittsburgh.
Okay. Camp Hill's out there, because back in the day when I worked in the insurance industry, I think it was like Blue Cross or somebody's headquarters was out by Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, and it was in the Pittsburgh area.
I'm not very versed in the Pittsburgh or the Pennsylvania geography.
I am, but only the southeast corner. Only like Philly and the areas that we go to. I don't really never went out west. But it is Pennsylvania. It's a Pennsylvania brewery. This is a sour ale conditioned with apricot, plum, nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice. So it sounds kind of like some fall seasonal flavors in there. The apricot might be the only kind of oddball there, right? I mean, plum, nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice is kind of...
Right.
Maybe between Halloween and Christmas, those flavors make sense. I'm a huge apricot fan. I think it's underused, so I'm hoping this has a nice apricot taste.
So, for those of you that might not know, yins is kind of a slang in western Pennsylvania. You would use it as like, what are yins doing? What are you yins guys doing?
So y'all
kind of
for
like
Southerner.
Right, like a y'all.
Use for Philadelphia.
Yes.
So they say yins.
They say yins.
What are yins doing?
Exactly.
And when we looked up Betto, because I get, all right, usually if you're familiar with sports or whatever, you pick up the Yins thing as a Pittsburgh area thing. This one's called Yinzbetto. I wasn't exactly sure what, the Betto part was about. And when you looked it up, what was it saying? It was like a boss or something?
It was like the boss of one company that was filling in as the boss of another company kind of deal. I've never heard of a term Yinzbetto. I don't know if it's some slang that I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah, I mean, it could be we're not in Pittsburgh. Maybe it's a Pittsburgh slang term that's common, like John in Philly, that the rest of the world is unaware of. Maybe it is their own kind of word.
Or like when you say wooder.
He's going to sleep in the beer shed. You're not allowed back in the house. Sleep out here with that till you catch the mouse that's been creeping around in here. Yes, I say water. So what? It's okay. We'll live. It is fun, though, when you go to a restaurant. They say, what are you going to have to drink? You say water. And they just stare at you blankly for about 5 minutes before they figure out what you mean. And then you're like, I'll have water. I'll have some water, please.
Kind of like when you go to New England and ask for a pop and they think you're crazy.
I don't say pops. I'm from Philly. We say soda. I mean, out here they say pop mostly in Ohio.
Right.
Most people say pop. Yeah, it's a bit weird. So Yinzbetto, maybe it means like you're the boss, right? Like you is yins or yous is yins.
You're all the boss?
You're all the boss? Maybe. I don't know. If anybody's from Pittsburgh or Camp Hill and is familiar with this term, Yinzbetto.
Use bosses?
Let us know. Hey, it could be, right? Could be. Let's give it a shot. This is 6% ABV. Couldn't find a whole lot about it. It had a 4.12 on Untappd. I don't think this one was on Beer Advocate.
So both Ripple and the Mistletoe were very, very good, phenomenal beers.
Yeah.
I have high hopes for this one.
Probably should have rolled this, dude. I'm thinking it now, but...
I did not expect it to be this color.
Yeah, man, I don't know what I think of this color. That's very interesting. This is murky. I'm holding this up to the ring light, and literally not one stray ray of light is making it through this whatsoever. It's probably
there's no light coming out, or no light coming through that at all.
It's hard to see the color. Oh,
that is a dark carrot juice with lots of floaters. It just looks,
I was going to say toilet water after a night out. I mean, that's a definite...
It looks thick.
Yeah.
And everything that's suspended in it is just sitting there.
Yeah, it's not...
It is not moving around at all.
It's like Han Solo in carbonite, dude, just sitting there.
There's a nice head on it, but you can't even see any carbonation bubbling up through this thick...
Yeah. It's like a dark amber color. I'm not sure if you can pick it up from the camera. But it's like a dark amber color. You definitely see chunks of fruit, I guess.
That is a fruit smoothie if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and I was railing against the smoogies the other day, but
I said smoothie, not smoogie.
Yeah, head, mine's got about 2 fingers. It looks like tannish, but it has kind of like an orange hue to it. From where I'm sitting.
And the head is sticking around. I mean, it's not.
Oh yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
I actually made an excellent pour. I have a very thin, like fingernail layer of head.
Oh, see, but we like to have a nice bit of head on it, so we don't have that. This is not a college frat party where you try to get all the beast light into the glass, bro.
Should I like rub my nose and stick my finger in it to make it dissolve?
I did that the other day. I won't lie, I did do it the other day. I have the Heineken beer tender thing.
Yes.
And I must have not pushed the cap in properly, so it kept pouring like everyone was pouring like shit. And I was like, what the hell was going wrong? And I think it like wasn't in there, so I was getting more air. But it was like this much head, and I was just like, we going old school. use your nose grease. All right, let's give it a sniff.
Ooh. I definitely smell the spices.
Yeah, nutmeg and cinnamon coming through.
Nutmeg,
right
cinnamon, allspice. Like,
yeah.
that is...
like pumpkin pie spices and all those kind of things.
I was almost going to say, like, yeah, Christmas spices, Christmas cookies.
Yeah, all those spices.
You got it all over your mustache.
Do I? I trimmed it back. My mustache was going, and my beard and everything was getting pretty bad. Nice. I don't really pick up a lot of fruit on the smell though. Just kind of those spices.
Did you trim your beard because you were starting to look like Jack Black?
There's this terrible rumor going around that when my beard is big, I look like Jack Black. It's not true. I just sound like Seth Rogen. That's worse. What's worse, sound like Seth Rogen or looking like Jack Black? Which is worse?
I think it depends on who you talk to.
Fair enough, dude.
Jack Black is less divisive, so sounding like Seth Rogen is probably
sucks. Does suck.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Joe Rogan. Never mind, they're both funny.
Joe Rogan is all right too, right?
I'm an idiot.
Seth Rogen is divisive as well for some folks that don't like his politics. But I've been hearing that shit for years. He goes, "Really, you sound like?" I'm like, "Yeah, Seth Rogen, pour my fucking beer."
I think you look like Bob Wickman.
I'll throw up the picture of the Bob Wickman card there. It is eerily uncanny, Bob Wickman. It is. All right, so we got some nice flavors emanating from this, or scents emanating from this.
Yeah, it smells really nice.
I got a feeling this is going to be like a milkshake, bro. This is going to be thick. And I'm right. Thick. First thing that hits me is just a big tart.
Tart, yeah.
Now, I think it said plum and apricot. This tastes like, this is sour, I think, too. Not even just tart. This goes over to the lip puckering sour side of that scale. So I pick up the apricot, kind of like I said, sour apricot is what I taste.
There's almost an initial like citrus note that you would think there was some sour orange or something in it that then blends into the apricot plum.
Yeah, it's nice. Now, what's kind of odd, I will say this, I don't think I'm picking up the spices as much on the taste as I did on the nose. And it could just be because that sour punch is so big that it kind of... That was it? I think you pick up some cinnamon.
Lick your lips, like...
You get... Trying to make me lick my lips. I think you pick up a bit of cinnamon.
But when you lick your lips, and like the aftertaste is like you get some of the spices coming through.
But I think the sour makes it a little harder to pick up. Usually you pick them up like boom, boom, boom right away. You can.
And I wonder. I've never thought of this before, but I wonder if some of these brewers are using things like cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, whatever, as aromatics more so than flavors.
I am picking up what you're saying. Like now you taste it in your mouth, like you get the kind of like a the spicy taste. I think for me the persisting taste is probably allspice. If I'm not mistaken, like my wife uses that when she makes stuff like cookies or different things.
It also,
I think you taste the cinnamon when you drink it. You pick up a little bit of the cinnamon.
Like if any of you have ever had some of these Christmas beers and whatnot, where they do the cinnamon sugar rim or whatever,
yeah,
it almost has an initial flavor like that too. Like it has a cinnamon kind of rim, but it doesn't.
We were just talking about this cinnamon. We tried the Great Lakes at Christmas beer this year, and I used to love Great Lakes Christmas ale. Because I think it used to have more of a honey taste, more of a spice taste. And I think for the last few years, it's just been too much cinnamon for me. And I like cinnamon. I'm a cinnamon dude, but when you go over the top with that, it loses me pretty easy, man. Where this, I think you pick it up, but it's not offensive.
It's not offensive or overpowering at all. It's
And it kind of works nicely with the sourness, which is kind of strange. You know what I mean? Like that big sour flavor, and then you kind of pick up a little bit of spicy cinnamon and a little bit of some of those other spices or whatever. But I mean, I think for the most part, they're more on the nose. But I quite dig this.
This is tasty. I mean,
Now, I will say this. I know a lot of guys out there do not like sours. So, you know, a lot of beer reviewers I watch, like my man Shane from Shane's Craft Beer, is not a big sour guy. I know Blue Ice and those guys down south, a lot of those dudes are not big sour guys. I am. I like them. Now, would it be my go-to beer? I'm not going to sit down and drink 15 sours in a row. But I do like them as kind of a, you know, to break up the monotony of kind of normal beers or wild beers. They're pretty cool, especially a nice warm weather day. Something that'll be glorious.
and it's something different than you normally see because everybody does stouts, IPAs, pales, whatever. And it's a good beer to break up the monotony of all those normal styles.
I think everybody's doing sours now too. I mean, they've become kind of mainstream.
But they don't do them well.
No, you're right. They do a shit job. I would say 3/4 of the sours I have are garbage. Some of them you try aren't even remotely sour.
No, not at all.
They're just they're saying anything that's fruity essentially is sour. This delivers. This comes through with the sour kick. Flavors are there on point. All the spices they named, I think you can smell them and or taste them. So I think they've done what they're supposed to do. You know, this is probably supposed to be like an apricot or a fruit cobbler kind of thing, right? I mean, if you have those different kind of spices and the fruits together.
Yeah, I mean,
this is on point. I would drink a few of these.
Everything that it says on the label is exactly what you can pick up in here.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, I do get worried. A lot of times when they put like 10 ingredients, you're like, I'm going to taste 3 of these. They've hit these. They either come through on the nose or the taste as advertised. So for me, Yinzbetto, I know you're on the other side of the state, but the Philly boy is going to give you a thumbs up.
Dude, I have to say, Camp Hill, 3 for 3, man.
Yeah.
Phenomenal beers.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Keep doing what you're doing.
We have to try some more of these. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, got any comments or questions, jump in down below. This is Yinzbetto number 5. It looked like they had all kinds of different numbered ones. Did they go up pretty high, I thought?
Yeah, I thought I saw like 17, 18, something
yeah,
like
I
that.
thought it was like near 20 or
maybe
something.
20s,
So
yeah.
there's got to be a ton of these. If you've had any of the other ones, let me know what we should be looking for. Next time you head out to PA, we got to scoop some more of these.
Yeah.
This one's obviously a holiday one. If you look on the front, I'll show you the can art. I probably threw it up already in the video. But you see a Santa hat on the E for Evergreen. So obviously this was designed to be, you know, kind of a Christmas beer. Great beer. Hey, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Hope you all having a great 2022. Until next time.
Cheers.